Yo, what's good? Welcome to episode 27, A Dose of Rags podcast featuring Jay, Dose, and me, Rags. I'll tell you what, the 27th episode, what is it, March? First week of March, 2025. I'm telling you that we're living in bipolar times. I mean, we're living on highs and lows every day, right? I mean, I kind of forgot what life was like under the Trump administration. And now I'm reminded of it. You know what I'm saying? Here we are. Every day is different. If you got the news on, you're gonna fuck yourself in the head a little bit. But you got to pay attention because it's definitely, you don't want to be the last idiot to find out something goes down. But yes, I'll tell you what. I just got stuck, fellas, in the elevator during a 3.9 magnitude earthquake here on Sunday night.
What happened?
I walked into that fucking elevator. Pressed it down. I swear to God, I was going to get some popcorn chicken. I was high as hell off an edible. I was weighing it. Should I drive to the supermarket? Should I not? I'm like, you know what? Just go get it. You're gonna fucking think about it for the next hour, you loser. Go get it. So I went to the store. I would go to the elevator, push the down button. Elevator closes. Literally at that second, I'm feeling shaking. I'm feeling the machine's trying to move down, but it's grinding along something. It's shaking, and then it's hovering, and then it's just stuck. We're stuck between the third and second floor of my building, and I'm worried now. I'm fucking terrified because the door is still a little open too. So it's just that black, and you see like the floor area, like the between the floors. So I know the door is open a little. The thing is, it's still making noises, and this is going on for like 3 minutes.
The whole thing is shaking?
It's shaking a little bit, but it's grinding more. It's trying to grind against something. That's the scary thing, right? So I'm completely paranoid, and not because of the earthquake, not because I'm in the because I got 3% on my phone. That's like, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna be stuck in here. I got what am I gonna do? I gotta be on my phone. Like literally, that's how fucked we are as humans. Because that was my major concern, to the point where I at that point text my roommate. I go, fucking call 911. I don't have any battery. Call 911. She's asking too many fucking questions. I'm like, all right, just shut up. So I just call 911 myself. She thinks I'm playing a prank. And that's how you know you're an asshole, when you prank people so many times in your life. She thinks I'm lying. She's like, you're full of shit. And I'm like, fuck, I am not. I'm in an elevator and I'm going to die here. God damn it. But anyway, so I called 911. It's a quick call. I also pressed the red button on the elevator. I called the fire department through there directly. And I'm sitting there and I'm just keeping my phone, because I don't even want to be on it. Because listen, if I had battery, I would have taken video of this wild shit that was happening. I would have had some pictures, but I was so paranoid about losing my phone battery, because now I'm in between the floors, right? And now all of a sudden, like the edible, remember, I'm on an edible pretty hard. So now that the walls are starting to close in on me. Anyway, I was only in there for 10 minutes.
So
listen to this. This is the best part. Fire department shows up. It's the guy I do the sauna with every day. Like me and our boys like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing here? So it was a magical moment. I was proud of our fire department. Proud to be a resident of the city I live in. It was quick. And then I went to fucking Ralph's grocery store. And I'm telling everybody what happened. You know what I mean? I got my fucking popcorn chicken in my fucking hand like a fat fuck. But yeah, that was.
You went from bonding in the sauna with this guy to bonding in the elevator.
Literally. And then I pulled back into my garage and I go, I'm going to walk up those stairs. Fuck, I'm not taking the elevator. And then I go, you know what?
So wait, you said
elevator. I did the elevator back up. So the elevator was fine.
It was a 3.9? You said
3.9.
Now that's a little disappointing. I mean, the elevator kind of broke down like that in a 3.9 in an earthquake zone. It didn't
break down. Remember, it was just doing some weird shit, swinging a little bit, noises, malfunction. The malfunction noise is a scary part.
I'm still disappointed.
All these noises.
I am disappointed. I would understand if it's a 6.0, but in Cali, I mean, come on, you got elevators going to be able to withstand a 3.9.
The thing is you just never know, right? I usually, dude, I never feel earthquakes. Never.
Oh, you're one of those?
But there was an earthquake that lasted like 40 seconds. That I felt. I was in a restaurant, and the whole fucking thing was going. I remember the lights that were hanging from the ceiling. They were going. That's just pretty scary. Yeah.
You live by a beach, right? Is that a tsunami risk zone?
I don't think so. I guess it could be, but it's so far from, again, you know what I'm saying? Wherever. wherever the hell. I mean, what's close? What's the closest land to here? I wouldn't even know. Somewhere out in the Pacific, deep. You know, if we say let's Google. That's a good question.
Did you know in that moment that it was an earthquake, or were you like wondering what the fuck is going on?
I had no idea. I had no idea. I just thought the fucking elevator was bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
Bro, I'm not used to feeling the earthquakes. I'm a deep sleeper. Never feel them in my sleep.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, they happen here every day, right?
Yeah.
Just small ones. But like, I never feel them, man. I never feel them. But what's the? I don't think you can have. Is a tsunami possible in Los Angeles? Yeah, tsunamis can happen in Los Angeles. Well, tsunamis are rare. Blah 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 blah. I guess so. Yeah, I guess we're all fucked eventually.
Man.
But yeah, you know, it's going back to life right now, man. The markets have crashed. We've lost all the gains we had since the election. The thing I see most here, okay, the prices of shit is up. We're living in every day like the news is based on one person, like the biggest news, and it's the president of the United States. The thing that I notice most is people are starting to get hopeless. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to like everyday people, and it's starting to be like, oh man, I don't know what to do, man. Prices of eggs are like the price of shit is going up week by week, day by day.
Are these liberals? Are these conservatives? Are
just
they
human beings, man? I think
moderates?
I just talked to someone today. She's a Republican. She's like, bro, I was totally against Harris, and I would never vote for her. She just didn't impress me. I was looking forward to Trump, but
is there buyer's remorse already from her? People like that?
I think it's concern. I think it's just now turned into concern.
Because, like,
concern for their kids.
Most of them don't care. They just wanted to own the libs anyway. So I don't think they really. Most of them gives a shit.
Again, you guys see it. The same Republicans who cried for 4 years about the price of shit. Prices are higher, but they're not talking.
They all cry about shit it's all propaganda. They all cry about shit that fucking, that just when the other guys in the White House. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you guys this. There's a certain element of excitement in a weird way when you live on the edge, right? So we're living on the edge right now, right? There's a war that, like there's wars that are happening that like words are starting to either end wars or start wars, right? Just simple words like egos. The slightest little thing happens, and then you hear so many different weird things. We're living it's almost like we're in a hypersensitive. Everything is like, and like I said, the conversations I'm having with the people on the street when I'm walking my dog are like, oh, who the fuck knows what's going to happen next? Like, that's everybody's thing. It's like, who knows what's going to happen next, right? So let me ask you guys, do you guys kind of like this excitement a little bit of not knowing what the fuck's happening and knowing that anarchy could come into play pretty soon?
Yeah, I'll let you take this one. You seem like you have a lot to say on your mind.
I like the anarchy that I cause in my life, okay? When the living on the edge that I cause, I'm perfectly fine with. All right? When this is coming from the government and shit, no, I don't like that kind of anarchy, all right? I cause enough anarchy in my own life, as we all do on this podcast.
Okay, but some people might say, like, my little anarchy gets lost in the government anarchy, right? Now my parents can't really fuck with my parents. Be like, Jay, why aren't you married? Do you see what's happening in the world? Right? So you kind of get a little benefit if you look at the cost analysis here.
That's true. You know what that reminds me? It's like AJ on The Sopranos, right? He was getting depressed about all this shit, the wars and shit. We're like, AJ, why don't you get a job? He's like, you don't see the wars that are going on. Remember that shit?
I love when AJ goes, it's all for nothing. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, exactly. That kind of shit. Exactly.
Man. Yeah, Dose, you have a family now. For you, it's a little bit different because you have children you got to support, right? You have other beings' lives in your hands that are probably asking you questions about what's happening in the world. Right?
Yeah. I like my 9-year-old asked me, why do I have pepper spray? Because I just bought some pepper spray from Costco. It was on sale for like $15. It was a 3-pack. Actually, I have it right here. No, it was a 4-pack, actually. She's like, why do you have pepper spray, Daddy? I was like, for protection, honey.
You know what's funny is one of our friends' kids, if he has pepper spray, they're not going to question it because he's obsessed with pepper. They might think the motherfucker just sprays pepper in his mouth. Like, oh, that's Daddy's pepper spray. They might, you know what I mean? No, anyway, that's a little inside baseball. But so now what is your explanation to your daughter?
No, I just told her that we need protection. It's just protection. I don't go into that deep to it. First of all,
wait, but does she not wonder why she doesn't have protection when she's leaving the house?
she hasn't asked. She hasn't asked yet. Thank God.
She's not like, wait, Daddy carries. He's holding heat. I guess I'm good out in the street when I go to school and shit.
She gets this. She gets this from my wife. They're worriers. The slightest sound they hear outside. What's that?
I mean, shit.
It's always.
Blame them.
It's always, what's that? And then like Alexia will wake up in the morning, and she's like, "I heard someone knock on the door and try to get in the house." Like she'll always say some shit like that. Like in the middle of in the middle of the night I heard something. So they're paranoid anyway. She doesn't have the slightest clue about this global dysfunction.
Like, wait, you heard someone opening the door, trying to get in, and you didn't come to my room?
I was like, what? Why didn't you tell Mommy and Daddy? Well, I didn't want to wake you up and get mad at me.
I was actually so scared of my parents that if I went in there like, why aren't you sleeping, asshole? Yeah. I was like, I'll just, you're right, now I know. I would have just like, you know what, I'll just thug it out. You know what I'm saying? Something happened. I ain't going to their room. They're worse than they're worse than those motherfuckers.
Well, Rags, your elevator story actually reminded me of time I got stuck in the elevator, too.
So you got stuck in the elevator, Jay, with who?
So this was at work. There's a fire in the building, and I happened to be on the elevator. So the elevators immediately stopped working, right?
Wait, are you one of those assholes that takes the elevator to go one floor?
No,
hell yeah.
So it's 2 floors.
Guaranteed he is. Guaranteed.
It was 2 floors.
Guaranteed he does.
So, but yo, check this out. So everybody, including my whole team, my boss, I work for a startup company. They're like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm stuck on the elevator." The fire guys finally come, open the elevator up, and I'm already 30 minutes in the elevator. Let me tell you, when I hopped into the fireman's arms, I never felt so emasculated in my entire life. It felt like I was a baby, and he was a full-grown adult man.
You know what? I'll tell you what. When I saw their face, it was like seeing, thank God.
Yeah, right?
Honestly. Bro, I'll tell you, I've been scared of police a lot in my life, but never a fireman. Fireman always felt like an older uncle or father figure.
Yeah, he coddled me. He coddled me nicely and wrapped me out and put me down on the ground. I felt like,
wow.
I was like,
when was this?
This was a few years, about 3 or 4 years ago. Wow. I'm a full grown. I'm a middle-aged man.
So much love, so much affection.
But that firemen must be so they must get so much out of their job, bro. Yeah, they deal with a guy like you every day who's jumping in their arms. You know what I'm saying? Like that has to be such a feeling of accomplishment and such a feeling of I'm really helping my society.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
A lot of respect for him. And then I'm just thinking, what if I was claustrophobic? That was the other thing. There was nobody on the elevator with me, and I'm just like,
bro, that's the scary part.
You know what I mean?
Bro,
I started losing oxygen.
Listen to this. There's a guy that went and got stuck in the fucking elevator after work and was stuck in there for fucking in the dark for fucking 40-something hours.
What?
Can you imagine that?
That's out of control.
That shit.
That's out of control.
Bro, I would probably try to kill myself.
Bro, that's solitary confinement.
And in the dark, bitch.
Oh.
Do you think his a cell phone battery lasted long enough to?
No, that was the thing. This is before a cell phone.
Jesus.
So his mind was going nuts.
No, are you kidding, bro? And he wasn't able to oh God, it's dark. So you're imagine that. You go crazy.
Oh.
Bro, I'm never taking a fucking elevator again, bro. Now that I think about it.
That's some horror stories.
That's horror, bro. But look, I think obviously, one thing I think you guys people give me advice. You guys told me you can't stay plugged in too much in today's day and age right now with what's going on, right?
It'll drive you crazy.
Because the news is insane.
Yes.
It's just on another level.
Well, listen, man, it's fear-mongering, man. It is fear-mongering. I don't care what you say. It's fear-mongering, okay? I agree, but it's so OD. It's so OD. I don't need to know every detail all the damn time.
I mean, I agree. You got to unplug some. I'm going to try to unplug for a full day this week.
Just watch some Sopranos, something like that, you know?
Look, I'll just say I've noticed this from my own dad, right? I feel like he was a lot happier person before he started watching the news every day. And now for years, he's acted like there's impending doom. The sky's about to fall. This country's going every day. This country's going to shit. This country's going to shit. And then it just made him a lot angrier as a person. I've noticed for the last years he's been watching the news every day.
It's
my
true.
parents, schedule their whole evening around the 6 o'clock or the 6:30 fucking
But that's
prime time
tradition.
news.
That's how we grew up.
The whole
Right?
and then they pause it. Wait, you have to pause it.
For me, that's like news, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, or whatever the fuck it was, right? That's most
Yeah, that was before
Americans.
when you didn't have cable, Rags. Yeah, same here. Okay.
No, my parents are still doing that shit to this day and age.
I wish my dad watched the Pakistani soap operas like your parents did. I think he'd be a lot happier.
But there's 3 or 4 shows they have to watch besides those. One of them is Wheel of Fortune. They don't watch the news too much anymore. That's one thing I gotta respect. They tend to stay on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. They're obsessed with that stupid fucking show.
I actually like that show.
I don't mind it, but bro, I don't fucking record it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like the highlight of their evening. But I mean, it is a good time to unplug, right? I would recommend anybody unplug, man, unplug, because I'm at the point now where it's laughable. I'm like, oh, we're fucked. Like we're all just kind of like that, right?
I am kind of like that too. Like,
we faced our impending doom. This is the president.
Yeah,
we were hoping for good results, and now the results are backwards.
Yeah, like, but you know what? It doesn't matter who's in that White House, though. There's impending doom regardless.
Of course, but at this point, when Zelensky is coming to the United States, to the White House, to sign a $500 billion minerals deal, rare minerals deal. Remember, China owns 97% of the world's rare minerals in Africa, okay? Most of them are based in Africa, okay? That's how you fly to space. That's how you launch satellites. Rare minerals are used for shit you can't just do otherwise, okay? The United States was actually a good thing, economically, financially, to own these $500 billion worth of minerals. So just from a business position, and I think it's wrong that they're taking their rare minerals. Trust me. The United States have been telling Ukraine, oh, drop your nukes. We're going to protect you. They've been telling this shit for many years, okay? It's all game that the United States has been playing with Ukraine. I think he came to sign a deal as long as he was assured security for his people. That's all the guy's asking for, right? He's asking for the bare minimum, just to keep my people safe. And yet, J.D. Vance and that chubby fucking senator has to say, you don't own a suit, you're not thankful? Bro, I've heard Zelensky thank the United States many times when he came to visit Biden, many times about how the United States was basically what was keeping him afloat.
Not enough.
Keeping his people.
Not enough times. He didn't say thank you enough.
Let's look at this 2 months from now, 3 months from now. If we do not stop this war, if this war does not end, will it be looked upon as J.D. Vance and that chubby senator fucked up a $500 billion deal for the United States and peace because they made a fucking comment about a man's suit? Like, who's in the wrong here?
Well,
and I'm not talking about. I'm just look. If you look at it like these Americans do, we're giving our money to Ukraine. If you look at it from the financial point of view, anyway, who fucked up?
Well, time will tell, because I think they'll still get a deal done. I think they can still get a deal done.
They're going to get a deal done, but again, I like the fact that Europe is standing behind them, right? Well, they kind of have to. They're like, bitch, we're next if we don't do it. I think that we made a promise to the Ukraine in 1997.
Did you watch the entire? See, look, I only saw the last couple of minutes of that. I didn't watch the entire. It was like a 40-minute press conference altogether. Like, I didn't watch the entire thing. Did you?
I watched all of it, and it was
no.
bullshit.
I'm trying to be open.
Zelensky was very fucking humble.
Would Trump have talked to Putin in the same manner that he talked to Zelensky in that same tone?
No, bro. Putin got fucking pictures of him and bitches pissing on him.
What?
Apparently, do you remember that tape? Apparently, Trump and there's hookers that peed on him or something. I don't know. I don't know if you remember. That was all over the news. They're saying that.
Who was doing the bitches were doing the pissing on Putin? That's his thing.
No, on Trump, and Putin has it recorded.
Oh yes, okay, yes.
I swear to God,
this does ring a bell now. Yeah, this is a fucking Jerry Springer show. I swear to God,
bro. Are we in real life anymore? Like, I'm convinced we are the simulation, bitch. How else could this be fucking happening like it is? It doesn't make any other sense. Okay.
Crazy.
Fuck
bro, it's the rich are getting richer. The middle class is starting to become the poorer class. And Trump is like, you got to make 400 to get that tax cut, boy. You better work harder.
Did you see the latest tweet that he put out about any colleges that have protesters? They won't receive any funding, and the protesters will be arrested immediately, and all
Don't
that
worry,
shit.
he's gonna take all that Dodge money and give everyone $5,000, and everyone's gonna shut the fuck up and be very happy.
And they're gonna tax it.
Mm.
Give us 20. We'll get 2,500, and that 2,500 is supposed to buy our fucking goddamn
Silence.
extend his term for 4 years.
Wait and see.
And I know another thing that's getting on my fucking nerves. This new AI shit on my phone. I downloaded this new iOS, so everything now AI is reading all my shit. It's telling me my emails. It's summarizing everything.
Yeah,
Jay, do you have this shit on your Android?
No, I don't think so.
Everything gets summarized. I'm starting to get annoyed that I'm by AI. I'm like, yo, stay the fuck out of my email, bro.
You know,
I'm missing detail because I'm like, AI saying.
I come back, I'll miss like 50 text messages in a chat group. I'll come to it, and it's this high-level summary of, whatever the subject is. Women are dancing naked or something like that.
Huh. Yo, this AI shit has been wrong on a lot of shit I've looked up too. Like blatantly wrong on so much shit.
They'll get better. Don't you worry.
Give us an example.
So when I looked up, I wanted to see like a scene from a TV show. It was like Sopranos or something like that, and I wanted to find out what episode. So describing the specific incident and see which episode. And the episode they described, it was completely wrong, like 100%. It was wrong with their. I'm like, and this is a popular show. It wasn't like an obscure scene or obscure thing. I just wanted to rewatch that episode because I like that scene, and it was completely wrong. I've noticed it doing a couple times. Like I'm like, this isn't right.
Which AI are you using, bro?
So when you Google something, now the first thing is that it says AI something. When you
Google. That's the problem. Using Google AI, it's the worst one.
Oh, is it? All right,
I don't know. They're all bad.
Yeah,
they'll get better.
Surprised.
They'll get better.
Why don't one of you guys ask your AI right now? When is Trump going to kill us?
Well, it's going to say sooner rather than later because it's run by.
Elon got run by. You see that one? It's like talk shit to you.
No, but what's the guy's? Was it Sam Altman? Whatever. Him and Elon are beefing right now.
Like they've been beefing for years.
It's going to be programmed to be. It's going to be programmed to be anti-Trump. Trump.
I think if it's again, it'll have to. If it's good AI, it'll have to decide that on its own.
Well, it's machine learning essentially, right? I mean, it's still learning. So I mean, a year from now and 2 years from now, it's going to just keep getting better and better in theory, right? Until it just rules all over us and just conquers our world and just kills all of us.
Yeah.
iRobot, bitch.
I need a fucking robot in my life.
Jay, I didn't see any of your hand movements during fucking Rax's intro today, by the way. You usually do these weird, what happened today? Where was that? I was waiting for it.
I think all my energy got fucking killed on the 5.5 hour drive that I had to take to and from this doctor's appointment. And we're recording 2 hours later. I'm running on E, so I don't want to.
Wait, where did you have to drive again?
This place called Ethos Primary Care. It's like,
where is it though? What city?
I'll tell you. It's in Washington Township.
2.5 hours each way?
Yeah. Well, it was longer coming back because we left right during rush hour.
Washington Township ain't that far from you.
No, normally it's an hour and a half, and then it extended also.
What
and
the
then
fuck? Where do you go?
Yeah, it's some specialized
Washington Township in New Jersey.
Bedminster, it's off 287, like that area. So it's like upper. I'll tell you. Hold on, let me look at a map.
Okay. You're talking about Northwest Jersey?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Northwest.
You're
it's all farmland, mountains.
Where Trump's golf course, Bedminster?
Oh, he's got a golf course.
God damn, bitch, man. When is that gonna happen, man?
I actually Googled it to see if an answer would come up. When is Trump gonna kill us all?
What do you say?
I Googled it and come back with a response. Trump threatened that motherfucker.
Jesus Christ. I'm so scared. King Trump, bitch.
Should I?
Ask him. I'm very curious to see what kind of response.
What should I ask?
Ask ChatGPT. What will happen in the next 4 years? I mean, when will our demise occur as a species?
When will our demise occur?
Do you have the paid shit? You got the paid one?
Yes.
Okay.
We have a okay, here we go. Predicting the exact demise of humanity is impossible, but there are a few major risks that could lead to our downfall.
Oh, God damn it.
So they don't tell you when. They just say, here are the possible
now
ways.
Rephrase it. Be like, well, when
is Trump going to ruin us?
Climate change, nuclear war, pandemics, AI, asteroid impact, ecological collapse, and cosmic events.
Well, yeah, nuclear war. That's probably highest on that list.
The highest on the list is climate change.
That's another one that.
Why did you list climate change as number one?
Obviously, because that's the biggest threat, right?
Yeah, our commander in chief doesn't believe in it.
No, he says it's all bogus.
Well, we're not going to die from climate change. Then it's going to be the nuclear.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm scared, man. Look, we've been sitting in a position where I'm almost like in this, just like this weird place where I'm like expecting something crazy to happen, which is kind of weird. And not in a good or bad way. I don't know. It could be good, right? It could be bad. It could be either. With this motherfucker Trump, you never know. Something really great could happen.
I asked ChatGPT, does our current president give us a better chance of fighting climate change?
What did they say?
ChatGPT says, President Donald Trump's current policies are unlikely to hinder efforts to combat climate change. It references the withdrawal of the Paris Agreement, significant budget cuts on the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration.
Yeah.
Executive order to increase logging in national forests, bypassing regulations to protect endangered species. And then they say, in contrast, Biden implemented measures to address climate change. So they're kind of shitting on Trump about climate change right here.
So at this point, basically, it's fair to say we're all waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Well, if you believe everything that ChatGPT says, then yes.
Yeah,
he's been vocal in his disbelief of climate change. He thinks.
Oh yeah, he's drill, baby.
Drill, baby, drill.
Plastic straws. He's like, fuck that.
Drill, baby, drill.
So I by the way, did you guys pay attention to the Oscars?
A little bit.
I heard some of the winners.
I saw the Conan and Adam Sandler exchange.
I saw Halle Berry kiss dude again.
Yeah.
Fuck, what's his name?
The dude,
the pianist.
I know, fucking name. I don't know. Adrian Brody.
Adrian, yeah.
I saw Kieran McCulkey, his little acceptance speech. McCulkin.
McCulkey. That's how I get a candy bar.
But you know what's weird? I haven't heard of any of these movies nominated for Best Picture except for one, Dune 2. Other than that, I don't think I've seen or heard any of those flicks.
You remember when we were kids growing up? We know every fucking movie.
Yep.
It's a different culture now.
Yeah.
No one goes to the movies anymore, man. That's why that guy who's begging, he's like, please, get him to the movies. The fucking guy won the award. So Anora, the movie Anora, won a bunch of awards, right? Best actress, best movie, all that shit. That guy who won, I forget his name, bro. Basically the guy who's, again, the movie's in his name. You know what I mean? Sam Baker, was it something like that? I forget. Anyway, so he is begging people, go to the theaters, do this, do that. Please keep the movie industry alive, because it's dying. Very, very much so.
Conservatives love to see that.
I watched that movie Anora that night, right after the Oscars.
And?
Fucking great movie. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Listen, Anora, it's about a Russian exotic dancer from
No spoilers, buddy. No spoilers, okay?
No spoilers. This is, if you Google this is what it'll tell you. It's about an exotic dancer who's Russian. She lives in Brighton Beach, Brooklyn. She and this Russian oligarch's son, who's visiting the United States, they marry each other. And then his family finds out this whole crazy shit. So they're both Russian, obviously. But I love this movie. It had, it had everything you'd want in a flick. It had hot chicks. It had cat fights. It had sex, violence, drugs, parties, prostitutes, kidnapping, poverty, billionaire entitlement, oligarchs, beachfront property, love, betrayal, loyalty, right place, wrong time, Brooklyn, Coney Island, Armenian. There's even an Armenian in there. And of course, you had a little bit of Indian hate. The only time they mention Indian is for 1 second, and it's the exotic dancers. The beginning of the movie, the exotic dancers are talking amongst each other. She's like, "Oh, that weird Indian guy was drawing circles on my leg." I'm like, "Of course he's Indian."
Boy, Indians get no kind of love, man.
No, we are getting crushed right now. Crushed. And bro, I'm literally going around, and it's half of the shit's our fault. I'm going around on Instagram and I'm saying, on behalf of my race, I'm sorry. I've said that multiple times now. Bro, they show some pervy Indian guy who's dancing with this white girl. He like put his hands all over her chest. You can't do that.
Bro, those guys, I swear.
And by the way, there's a new there's a show coming out on Hulu called Deli Boys. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
They're all like Desi guys. You know, it's a whole
Was it a
Desi
comedy?
cast.
Yeah, it's a comedy. But let's go back to the Indian hate.
Well, it's gonna get more Indian hate from this show too. That's my point.
No, I don't. I think this show is on. Listen, it might get more hate. Who knows? But there's enough hate already that it's multiplying daily. I don't know if you guys noticed it. It's every day now a conversation about people hate Indians. Man, delete India is the most used comment. Is the most used comment.
Bro, I hate that. It infuriates the shit out of me when I see that comment.
I think that we are at a time and a place where Indians are deserve some of it, man. We do, man. Like,
yeah, if it's deserving, yeah, 100%. I don't.
Stop arguing at the fucking return counter, right? Stop. Okay, like. You don't have to. Whoever the guy is that's filming the girl drink the cow piss, like why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's 1.5 billion people. Of course, there's gonna be a couple weirdos.
Yeah, I know.
But we don't piss and drink cow piss. They think we know to do that every day. Like we drink piss. We're very dirty. Apparently, we're so dirty that we have shit all over our hands. Well, then why are you letting Indian doctor do surgery on you, bro? If he's so dirty,
exactly.
He's got to be clean, bro. He got to wash his hands to do the surgery that you need, that you can't afford, that you don't have insurance, but he's still doing the fucking surgery, right?
Ew.
You stupid fuck.
Exactly.
But we do agree. We deserve the hate in some way.
Where it's warranted, of course, you know. But then, like you said, there's other areas where people are purposely trying to pick on.
Let me put it this way: Indians are 1/5 of the world. Okay, right? 1/5. Now, if any other race was 1/5 of the world, they'd get the hate too. China's also 1/5 of the world. They get a lot of hate, right? So
it's a little different.
It's just the numbers, man.
It's a little different.
They think we're so dirty. They're like they don't use delete India. That's all I see, bro. And it makes me so mad to the point where now I've been like, I'm just sorry on behalf of my race. I'm saying that shit.
Oh man,
I'm giving in. Look at this. You guys are going to laugh your ass off.
You've accepted it. You've learned to embrace it.
I haven't embraced it. No, man. Look.
I go in on those comments on social media. I fucking write essays.
I'm getting likes. It says 3 people liked. I apologize on behalf of my race. I don't know if you can see that. I'm getting more likes on that comment than I do on our videos, bro. What do we do as a race, man? Indians are the most pervy motherfuckers in the street.
Well, that's
why
you can't
putting on deodorant.
We're 1 billion people. We're out of control.
1.5, bro.
1.5. We can't do anything about it, man. It's 1/5 of the population.
Yeah, but why is there a guy that's got to do fucking, like the angels in the snow? He does it in a pile of shit in India. Why does he have to do that? What made that guy do angels in the shit? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Wait a minute. Wait, someone was doing shit angels? Not snow angels, but shit angels?
Have to stare so hard at like a girl who's obviously underage and he can't help it. His whole face is going.
They stare, bro. Like that's not even considered rude. Like they will I fuck the shit out of you over there.
Here's another problem.
Second problem.
There's no space.
No.
Indian is next to you and the motherfucker right in your face.
Yeah, there's no room. They can't have.
They're doing
space is a luxury for them. They can't afford to have any space.
Bro, I was embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie, as a kid being Indian. Okay, and now you realize, wait, this shit's true, bro.
What about when you
motherfuckers? No, listen. If you're gonna come to the United States or another Western culture, you gotta put deodorant on. It's against like the social thing here to stink, and everybody has to smell it.
No, deodorant.
Bro, I gotta tell my dad. I'm like, it's time. Go get it. Go put it on. You know what I'm saying?
For real?
That's life. And I used to be embarrassed to have to tell them. Now I'm like, Dad, go get up there and get up there and get that degree, brother.
What about when you used to go to Six Flags with your family and you guys used to bring your own food and all everyone else?
Dude, so embarrassing.
Sneak the food in.
Me and my brothers we'd sit like 10 feet away from our parents. we let them eat. And you know what's our parents, we boycotted it. So our parents eventually had to buy us like food at the restaurant.
Really?
We would negotiate. We would leave Six Flags Great Adventure and we go to the pizza place like right outside in Jackson, New Jersey. So we would have American food, but we'd be in like some fucking Jackson, New Jersey, not inside the actual Six Flags. And then eventually we're able to get stuff at Six Flags, right? You know how it is, man. It took us time to Americanize our parents, man. We had to do the job, God damn it. All right?
They had to smuggle food in like it was contraband.
God. It was so embarrassing. And then we're sitting, there's not even like, we're eating the food at a place that's not like even for fruit eating. Like there's seats for food, but we're sitting on like the grass, motherfuckers are like, what?
So what kind of food would your parents bring to eat there?
Like, I don't take these rotis and shove them up your ass.
Well, you know, the thing was, we were lucky because AK don't eat Indian food. So that's why we transitioned to having to eat American food.
Even back in the day, as a little kid, even as a little kid?
No, he was so picky.
He's still picky today, till this day.
He's the same he was today as he was as a kid.
The only Indian food he likes is paneer. That's it. That's the only Indian food he'll eat.
So we had to get him pizza. And obviously we're eating pizza. But bro, we were so fucking cheap that 5 of us in a family. And I'm a big fat boy. And my brothers are, they're not big at this point, but they're a decent size. 1 pie of pizza. That's 8 slices. So me and my brothers all got 2 each, and my parents would eat 1 each, bro. And I always felt so bad. I'm like, you sure? They're like, we're fine. I'm like, that was so damn cheap.
Wait, was this Six Flags pizza, or was this pizza from
It's a pizza right outside of the Six Flags.
Oh, so it's cheaper then. It's not like that upcharge.
Yeah.
They're not paying that extra $3.
I said, Dad, we losing an hour in the park. He's like, no, it's fine. He was smart. He'd get the pizza. We'd eat the pizza while we were doing the safari. That motherfucker's like, I got the time covered, bitch. We're good. Oh, man. But look, it's just Indian tradition that you grew up that cheap almost. It's weird. It's almost like it's like you have to go through these levels to like, just because, look, you're like, bitch, we're from the third world. You got to experience some of that. You got to experience a little bit of toughness. You can't just get everything you want, Sometimes you gotta eat Indian food in the corner while everybody else is enjoying fucking goddamn funnel cake. You know what I'm saying? No, but we always got like 1 funnel cake at the end, and like we would just tear it up so quick because me and AK and V would like compete for the food because they're like they'd buy us 1 funnel cake.
I used to work at this. I used to work at Corning.
Oh my god!
It was a clearance. It was a clearance store, right? And so they had
for China. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had these like dinner plates. They were $1 each, and we'd have stacks of them. Desis or Indians would come in there, and they, first of all, you walk in, I'm opening, and the gate's closed. There's mad Indians just lined up, right by the gate. You open the gate. I mean, bro, some of these women, they weren't even waiting for the gate to be like fully open. You could see them running, ducking their heads underneath and right in. Then they pick up is this $1? Right? And I'm like, yeah, it says $1 right there. They'd buy like stacks of them.
Of course.
Stacks of them. And then they would go and resell them later on too.
Of
course. And they were like, okay, but I need you to help me put it in that car. I'm like, fine, okay. And
how many plates are you buying?
I was naive. Maybe I'll get a little tip.
Never.
No. Fucking take that shit to the car, pack it in there. No, don't do it like that. Do it gently like that.
Oh my god. That's where Indians get annoying. We start making demands for a free service. The guy is like carrying our stuff out to our car, and we're making demands. Like Indians push their luck.
Bro,
he looked their luck.
He looked at Ferdos like he was a servant back in India. That's why.
Okay, buddy, we ready to do this? Yeah, I'm like, okay, let's go.
Entitlement. It's like, okay, I'm Indian, I'm buying something, so this guy works for me now for the next 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Like, cut that shit out.
And then every now and then you'd have one uncle who fucking wants to argue about the price after he's charged. He'd pull out his calculator, he'd pull out a pen and a paper, start writing out all the fucking math, and it's like the whole staff at the register watching this guy, you know, trying to do the math in front of us. Yeah, he'd be pissed off at the end of the day, but it was just like such a fucking headache dealing with these guys, man.
Bro, I tell you what. Okay?
My parents get embarrassed when my uncle comes from India and does that shit in our grocery stores here. It's crazy.
Grocery stores?
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, he's literally calculating weight. Like he's trying to compare, like this one says 3.8 milligrams, this one says 5 milligrams, but the price difference. He's trying to calculate which one he saves the guys a better deal on it. Like that kind of shit.
It's so cheap. And you know what? Like, that's the thing. It's like, when another thing is this. You come into this country from a foreign country and you still live your way. Fine. But you got to be a little happy to be here. Okay? The frowns on their faces, the resting bitch face. I know I've said this before, but it's outlandish. A white guy and his family are walking by you and you look like you're looking down on them. You're like, what do you think that white guy's going to think now? He's going to hate Indian people because you look down on him. It's only because I don't know why do Indian people have that look on their face?
You came here for a better life, didn't you? And you got a better life.
But
yeah, I'll have to say this, at least in LA, at least Persians out there, Fabi Persians, they're so happy to be there. They're so happy to be here.
Persians are totally different.
Yeah,
man.
They're so happy to be there, right? I don't know about like East Coast, give or take, but out in the West Coast, they're just so happy to be in a nice warm weather.
You have generations of them here, right?
We're in America. I'm Persian.
He made it.
Motherfuckers have been here since they escaped Iran. Like the Jewish Persian ones, right? So they've been here for so many years. It's a very weird thing because it's also like Jewish Persians are a whole different culture than Muslim Persians. It's just two different people. It's crazy, man. It's like, okay, Muslim Persians in LA, they integrate with everybody, right? Yeah. Like the Jewish Persians,
they're not even really that religious, by the way.
No, not at all. They tend to stay amongst each other, right? So very, very different culture within that culture. But yeah, I'm just embarrassed, man. That's the thing for those. You're Persian, so for you don't have these embarrassments like we do.
You know, my dad was kind of like I get
it, but
it was very bro, I'm telling you right now, bro. Okay, my dad was pretty much he was ruthless with
okay, like but let's put it this way,
with
bro.
being thrifty.
Let's put it this way.
I can relate to an extent.
I get it, but let's put it this way. We had also a lot of Indian friends, and we'd all go to your crib. Yeah, okay, so we were at your crib the most.
But see, by the time my crib was the crib, the hangout spot, I had broken them in already. Okay, yeah. That's why. But take my dad out in public.
Oh, I was embarrassed. I was so embarrassed by my parents, bro. So embarrassed, bro. We used to go to fucking Al John's or Brothers Pizza, and we'd sit there, and I'd be like, and then I'd be with my. AK Mev and our parents, and I would be so embarrassed by like the high school kids that were coming in, like the cool kids would be coming in, like they were having bogeys, they're fucking eating pizzas, and they'd see me like my fat ass was sitting there with my family, and my dad is sitting there, give me extra of this, extra of that. I'm like, oh God, just shut up. We're all sharing one drink. I'm like, no, bro, stop it. No. We weren't ever that cheap. We all had we had our own drinks and shit. Like, I guess sometimes me and AK, we might have shared something, but like they understood. Like we'd fight each other over shit. So they didn't allow it. They're like, okay, we can't have them share shit because they can't even handle that responsibility. Motherfuckers start fighting because we start fighting anywhere.
So Rex, let me ask you: if you have kids, are you going the opposite of how you were, or you?
I'm never having kids because I'm so horrified of embarrassing. I mean, no matter what, listen, even white kids, even black kids, every kid is embarrassed of their parents a little bit, right? It's a normal feeling.
Yeah.
It's, obviously, with us, it's a little bit tougher because the accent is so bad.
Yeah.
We grew up making fun of your dad's accent as a joke, right? Just like we grew up making fun of my dad's accent as a joke. We grew up making fun of our other friends' accents.
Sure.
We all used to impersonate each other's parents.
Yeah.
That's not crazy. And we make fun of each other.
Totally.
I used to impersonate yours.
Yeah.
We all were doing it to each other.
How ironic. We all all had our own parents who had these accents. We'd make fun of other parents.
Yeah, I know.
What is that? What is
We
wrong
just
with
grew up
us?
a bunch of misfits. That's what
I know.
we are, bro. We're just
Bro,
a bunch
we were
of...
like, we gave into the fucking white man. We're like, yeah, you're
hard.
right, bro. We're embarrassing.
Hard.
I mean, we had embarrassing parents, man. It's just the way it is. Do you remember we had people, dude? We had one friend's parents who should be up running up and down the soccer field yelling at his son. You know what I mean? Like that shit is embarrassing in an accent. Embarrassing. You know.
That was my dad when I was 8.
That
was my dad.
My dad just coming to the soccer games, bro. I was embarrassed because he would wear like the gear he was wearing, and I'm like, dude.
What would he wear?
No, but okay, like he wasn't like. I remember a couple of times he had the dot in his head. He left it on, and sometimes he'd wipe it off. He forgot. I'm like, oh damn it, Dad! And I was so afraid of him. I wouldn't tell him to wipe it off.
He'll bust your ass with that dot. He'll bust your ass with that dot.
You know what I'm saying?
My dad was really into soccer growing up. So when I started playing soccer, my dad was really into it. He'd be loud as shit at the games. But I remember after practice, the coach would give us a pep talk after practice, whatever. And, all right, boys, what you want to do is you want to go home, you want to exercise, or you want to do this. You're giving us a little pep talk. And then my dad comes in. Can I say something? And then he'll be like, when you're kicking the ball, make sure your foot is this way to the side and kick it that way forward. And I'm like, bro, and I'm thinking to myself, can they even understand what the fuck he's talking about right now?
You're like, Dad, shush.
Please.
Shush.
Yo, you just brought me back to childhood listening to that again.
Bro,
for
but
real.
You know what makes me so angry? AK and V, these assholes were the most popular on their team. So they wouldn't be embarrassed whatsoever. Everyone loved them. They had to go through none of that shit because they always had each other. These lucky little shits.
God bless them for that, man. I've always envied that about them, by the way.
Bro,
I've always envied that about them.
You've always got a fucking person with you.
I've always envied
school,
it. Yes.
First day of jail.
That you could hold, that you could trust. And by the way, that you could trust with your life, by the way. They could trust each other with their life.
Oh.
Every step of the way.
Exactly. And also then other people are now intimidated. Oh, these two motherfuckers got it. Like, we're the ones who are alone. Mm-hmm. Right? But on the soccer team, V was a star goalie. AK was a star defense. And they had all their boys. They all loved each other. I mean, there's so many of them that were on that travel team. And, that was a different experience than what I went through. Right?
Aces, baby. Totally. Aces, baby.
Totally.
Jeez. Well, I think we're getting down to the wire here. I would go fucking kill myself thinking about my childhood.
What's the point? Like AJ said, what's the point?
Two things that haven't changed since our childhood and now? Trump still does whatever the fuck he wants. God damn it.
That's true.
Right. Anything else on your guys' minds for this week?
Nope. Just trying to get
Jay's leaking oil.
Yeah.
Jay, what can
So that's the theme of our lives right now, right? We're just trying to get through the week.
Licking oil?
Trying to get through the week, man. We are in such a fucking weird situation, man.
Listen, I've had a rough few weeks myself. Obviously, the politics doesn't help, but it's not even that, man. It's been something in the air.
Life's been kind of unbearable.
I don't know, with the planets, the fucking full moon every goddamn day. I have no idea. Anyway, Jay, where can they find us, buddy?
They can find us on all your favorite social media platforms, on Instagram, A Dose of Rags, on Twitter, now known as X, A Dose of Rags, on YouTube, A Dose of Rags, and on TikTok, A Dose of Rags.
Oh, that's very well said, Jay. Thank you very much for that outro there. All right, guys, have a fantastic week ahead. We'll see you next week. Love everyone. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.